So I'm currently behind the wheel of the 2025 Subaru Outback in the Touring XT trim, and I'm going to take some time to go through the interior of this thing. But before I do, if you can like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So like I normally do, I'm going to start over on the left side of the vehicle. So you got your window switches right here. You got your toggle for the rear mirror adjust right here. You got your door locks. You got your door latch up top. Right here you have two different buttons plus the set button for the driver's seating position. Tucked down here you have a button for the rear hatch. You have a little toggle for the brightness of the gauge cluster, and then the sensors for the rear hatch you can turn off as well. Tucked right back here is the odometer reset button. And then you have the gauge cluster. So the left and right are traditional analog gauges, but the center is a digital screen that can be cycled through different data points. So right now I just have it set on the time and the outside temperature, but I can cycle through, you got average miles per gallon, more miles per gallon information, how long since the vehicle was started. So I took basically an 18-minute drive for 6 miles to get to this location where I'm filming right now. More information on the engine, start, stop, how much time the engine was off. I actually just turned it off, but it was off for 16 seconds. Tire pressures for all four corners. The compass, whatever road you may be on. I'm currently in a school parking lot, so it says unnamed road. Whatever you may be listening to currently on Sirius XM radio, and then back to the original screen. So how I was adjusting all that is over here on the left side of the steering wheel. This toggle up and down basically get you through those different pages up there. You also have tuner controls right here, talk options, you can talk to the car, volume controls down here, source you can change. Over on the right side is all your cruise control options, as well as a heated steering wheel button kind of tucked inside the steering wheel. The back of the steering wheel features two paddles for shifting your own gears. So you have down gears and up gears, but it's basically mimicking that because of the transmission that it has. Give you a better look at the steering wheel. Tucked behind that steering wheel is the engine start stop button down here by your knee. And then you have the navigation display. So it's pretty big, features many pages you can cycle through. So you have the main home screen right here, but then also up top, there's basically 5 pages you can cycle through for kind of quick data as well. Kind of like over on the gauge cluster. So the first one is whatever you're listening to, currently Sirius XM, unnamed road. So if I was on a road, like I said, showcase where I am here. Some information on how much acceleration I'm giving it, fuel consumption, the angle of the vehicle, currently -1 degree, the weather, and the weather in the future as well. The X mode, so it's off, you can turn it on, and basically gives you a more performance oriented all-wheel drive system. You can turn it off as well. But right here down low on the home screen you have maps, radio, media, phone, apps, my Subaru, settings. Let's go into settings for a second. You can adjust things on the general screen like your clock, display, Wi-Fi settings, valet mode, the cameras on the vehicle, language, name it, you got it. Goodbye screen you can even turn off. You can adjust things on the sound, navigation, phone, radio, car information. Pretty much turn everything on or off. Car info. Go in here, it kind of gives you some performance data. So this is kind of more the angle of where the vehicle is. We saw that -1 degree. This is kind of where it's getting that information from. So that's the driving statistics. Then you also have the maintenance, showcasing when these things will be due. So some of these were recently done. And display off if you want to turn this to be basically black screen. But you have the valet mode, the auto vehicle hold, so you push that. You also have it kind of a quick select button down here. I'll showcase those in a moment, but you push that when you're at a red light and the vehicle will hold for you, and you can save your right foot if you're in a lot of traffic conditions. You have the traction control off as well, the vehicle dynamics control. You can also add some other shortcuts should you wish. So down here you have some additional kind of quick select options. So clicking that gets you right here in kind of the settings screen. This is that auto hold button that'll pop you in. This is the engine start stop, then the home button. This is for your phone pairing, and this is kind of the profile as well. Climate controls are all digital down here. So if you just kind of push that, it'll showcase where, how the temperature you want, and then kind of where you want, that temperature to blow at. So right now it's kind of blowing everywhere, but then it'll disappear. So you have ventilated, heated seats, 3 levels for each for both the driver and the passenger. On the left and the right, you also have more of a manual climate control. So if you don't want to click in here and then control it this way, you can also quickly select it on both the left and the right side. Also, the defrost buttons are actual physical buttons. Volume control over on the left, tuner on the right is a physical button, and there's a hazard button right here. Coming down from there, you have an auxiliary kind of headphone jack, USB-C plug, an old school USB plug as well. The vehicle parking selector, parking brake selector right here. On the right side of the gear lever, you have a camera view button, so pushing that get you a little camera view. Push it again, goes away. And then you have that gear lever I kind of jumped over. So you have park, reverse, neutral, and drive, and then in the manual mode, you kind of knock it over, and then you can select the kind of gears on the steering wheel for those paddles that I showed you. Coming back from there, you have 2 cup holders currently holding my bottom of my gimbal. You have your armrest. Opening that reveals kind of like a little spot where you can put something that's kind of thin, maybe a phone. And then it reveals more details. So you have an old school smoker's plug right here. You have kind of a CD or DVD slot right here. Going to the passenger side, you got kind of a little spot where you can put your phone, maybe a map, I don't know, some chicken nuggets at McDonald's. Not going to hold much, but it'll do the job, so you don't have to stick something in a glove box. And you do have your glove box right here. It has Harman Kardon speakers sprinkled throughout the cabin. That's kind of the first good look you can get at them right there on the passenger side door. Give you a better look at that passenger side door. So you have the seat design right here. That seat design flows to the rear of the vehicle. Just the front row gets a sunroof. You also have lighting controls, sunglass holder right here. And then you got a nice camera on the back of the vehicle. Should you got a lot of distracting kids in the back, maybe you're, long hauling a whole bunch of stuff and you kind of blocked out your view, you can easily get a view of what's behind the vehicle or just what's in the vehicle. But that is pretty much the interior of the 2025 Subaru Outback in the Touring XT trim. If there is a button or feature I didn't go in depth enough on and you have some additional questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'm finding my videos are getting a new life in the used car market. So this is a 2025 video being filmed in 2025. But if you find this in 2026, 2027, and you have some questions on what button does what because your vehicle didn't come with a manual, you bought it used, please leave your questions in the comments below. At the current status of my channel, I answer every comment. If I somehow crazy grow to 100,000 subscribers, I'm sure that'll get a little harder. But right now, as long as you're respectful, I answer every single comment. So if you have a question, leave them in the comments below. And like I said earlier, if you can like this video and subscribe to my channel if you've not already, it really helps. And thanks for watching.